What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Today's video, I would like to talk about Michael Penix Jr., but if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about Michael Penix Jr. and what should we expect in year 2 from Michael Penix Jr. So first off, happy birthday to Michael Penix Jr. Today is his birthday, so shouts out to Michael Penix. But I really think that the Falcons fans and the Atlanta Falcons should expect a big year in year 2 from Michael Penix Jr. As we know, Michael Penix only started, I believe, 3 games last year. At the tail end of the season, he went 1-2 in those games. He threw 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he threw for about 775 yards, if I'm not mistaken. Completed about 58.1% of his passes, so not really great. But I really feel like those numbers are skewed a little bit because 2 of those interceptions that he actually threw last season, one of those passes went through the hands of through the hands of Kyle Pitts. If you guys remember, in one of those football games where the ball basically caromed off his hands and it got picked off. So I don't put that on Michael Penix Jr. And then the second interception happened in that game against Washington, where he thought the guy was going to break outside. He broke inside, and that was a chemistry deal where he ended up throwing an easy interception to the Washington Commanders. I believe it was like the first or second drive of that game on that Sunday Night Football game. But I really think that Michael Penix Jr. has a chance to be really special now that he's going to have a full offseason to work with these guys, these wide receivers, these running backs and things of that nature off the field during the offseason as far as going out and throwing the football around. He'll have the full training camp to work with these guys as well as QB1, getting those reps in and things of that nature. But I really feel like Michael Penix could easily be a top 10 quarterback after this season is done as far as statistics and things of that nature. He throws a really tight spiral. He is one of those guys that I think is a tremendous arm talent. I would compare him to like a Matthew Stafford type, just a lefty, but he has a very strong arm. He proved last year that he can make all of the NFL throws. And what makes him dangerous is his accuracy. He's one of those guys, no matter how far he's throwing the ball down the field, he throws a really good deep ball, but all of his passes are very accurate, and he gives his receivers, tight ends, running backs opportunities to run after catch because he puts the ball in great location for those guys to turn and run. So I really expect a big year coming from Michael Penix Jr., working with Zach Robinson, who brought over his style of offense. He basically pulled from the Sean McVay tree. And he's running a similar offense that the Rams run there in LA, where they like to push the ball down the field. And that's what I expect this Atlanta Falcons team to do this year. I really feel like Michael Penix is going to shock a lot of people with his ability to throw the ball down the field, his ability to be accurate. And I really feel like he's going to have, a great connection with these guys as far as you're going to see his percentage go up from that 58.1% completion percentage. I think Michael Penix is going to be somewhere close to 60 to 65% as far as completions, because he's a guy that has a very strong arm. We seen in that Washington Commanders game where he threw that ball on 4th down in the middle of the field and hit Kyle Pitts for that clutch touchdown. But he's one of those guys, like I said, that's supremely confident in his arm, can make all of the throws. And he's one of those guys that I think is a tremendous leader as well. He's not a guy that's a very boisterous guy. He's more of a quiet to himself type of guy. But when he gets on that football field, he's very competitive. So I really feel like his confidence is going to rub off on the other guys. But his arm talent is what separates him as far as his ability to throw the ball accurately and with anticipation is what separates him from most young quarterbacks. Now, when I watched his games last season, one thing that I liked is his poise as well. He was always poised in the pocket. He really was patient and let plays come to him. And he made some really, really surgical throws throughout those 3 games where he was able to show us what type of quarterback, and give us kind of a preview of what to expect in this coming season. Another thing that stood out to me with the Michael Penix Jr., and I feel like this is something that I always look at when I look at quarterback play, is decision making. It was rare last season when I watched his games where he threw a pass and I was wondering, like, who is he throwing that to, or why is he throwing that ball in double coverage. He makes good decisions before the snap, pre-snap, of knowing where his hot reads are. And to me, he makes good decisions with the football. And I think that that's the number one thing with quarterback play, is turning the ball over, was something that bit the Falcons in the tail with Kirk Cousins and things of that nature last season. And I think that that's where we're going to see the biggest jump as far as the win and loss column. Is Michael Penix is not a guy that's going to make a lot of scratch your head type of decisions with the ball. We've seen at times last year where he just pulled the ball down and ran. We've seen that he was willing to take sacks at times, just go down when he was under pressure. But we also didn't see him force a lot of throws in the double coverage and things of that nature. And I really feel like that's the biggest component when you play in the NFL. You cannot turn the ball over. And I think that those three key things, is what's going to separate Michael Penix next year for our Falcons. His ability to be poised in the pocket and not panic, his ability to make good decisions with the football, and then his supreme arm talent as far as him being accurate, putting the ball in a location where his guys not only catching the ball, but they're catching the ball with grass in front of them where they can run after catch because of the pinpoint accuracy that he provides. So I really feel like Michael Penix has a chance to be a really good NFL quarterback, and I feel like he gave us a little bit of a preview of that last season. But I want to get you guys' thoughts on Michael Penix Jr. Do you think that he's going to have a really good year in year two? Of course, this is going to be his first full year as the starter, but I definitely think that he has a chance to be one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. And his ceiling is really, really high. And I really feel like that's the reason why the Falcons was compelled to draft him with that number 8 pick last season. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button for your boy. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.